We will have none of that. This is a messed up already. You don't understand. Like the countdown's going. Well, welcome to episode 61, making it up as we go. As the countdown's happening, all of a sudden my whole screen just goes blank. and I'm like, uh-oh. And none of the guys could see me like going, hey, are you guys seeing the same thing I am? And so I got bounced out of the stream and then got back in, and thankfully it was working. All right. So it's going to be a fun one tonight. Let's get everybody in here. And, if I fall off the face of the earth here, you know why. So we got Mr. Paul Corliss. What's going on?
Good evening.
And we got Paul Hammerquist.
Hello.
And we got Paul Klondike.
Good evening. Klondike.
I'm Paul Ryan. And we're going to have a great show tonight. Yeah, like it was like a minute and a half before as the countdown was going, all of a sudden the screen just went black, and I could still see the comment that I put up there, but that was it. And then the whole screen went black, and I was like, oh no, this is bad. No, oh man,
better black than blue.
Yeah.
Well, after I got back in here, and then like a little thing popped up in the bottom of my screen, restart is required and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, we're not doing that now. I don't know what happened. That window just went away. So I didn't even get to click on it. So if I fall off the face of the earth, you guys know why, and I'll be back as soon as it's figured itself out. Anyway, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing? Good. Awesome. Well, let's get yammering about what's going on here and start the show. So age before beauty. So Mr. Corliss, what have you been working on, sir?
Been working on my giraffe.
Oh, there you go.
It's coming along.
Yeah, not bad for something without any directions to it.
I'll tell you, I hope all the pieces are in the right place. Because so far, he's looking like a giraffe and not like a rhinoceros.
See, that's a good point.
Yep.
Nice. So you got a little more work left to do on it, and
a little bit, yeah.
Then you can work on the rhinoceros. Good times. What about you, Sean? What have you been working on?
Oh, all kinds of goodies.
Well, you've been working on a live stream.
Yes. Okay. My first one's under the belt.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not gonna lie. I had the jitters.
Hey, that's quite okay.
Oh yeah.
Just wait for your minute and a half to go, and your screen goes black.
Oh, that'll be interesting when it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. And then, of course, you guys know I've been working on my bridges.
Yeah. I saw that picture you put up on Facebook the other day. It looked pretty awesome.
There's three things I printed right off the bat. I'm a benchy guy, okay? I'm old school. And the benchy's been around forever, and it's real easy to tell what your printer is doing. And I'll tell you what, it's phenomenal. I am blown away. It's just as good as that when it comes to the prints. The second print, it's already together, but dude, I love it. Now, yeah, Cody said he even did one. I love to see it. But yeah, just went in, did the lights and the wheels. That was my learning experience for doing multicolors. So I
sweet,
that'd be perfect. So that was,
and that's the one that was printed. It's printed out on a card, right?
Yes, it is.
And you snap it out.
Originally, I was going to show off the card, but yeah, we kind of got to it. It goes to Robert. It's his. Let's see. Oh, bridges. I'll just shoot this over here real quick, and that is the first, or this is my third project. Was doing taking one of my bridges and then incorporating Klondike. Now this is a little different from doing like the see-through lights. Here's the T-track. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Awesome.
So now I have new additions to my bridges, and they're actually in the store. There's my selfless little deal there. We can close that out.
Do you custom make them with people's names on them if they require it?
Within reason, yeah. I don't see why not. It's kind of cool.
Or
Kind of
add a
a-
little graffiti? You could add graffiti to it.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be
that-
fun.
That's the next step, is to see what I can do and how far I can push it. I have a feeling I'll have to change the nozzle down to a 0.12, a smaller nozzle, or no, yeah, probably a 1.2. But until then, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And then
Literally.
literally, yeah, no pun intended. Well, pun intended. Okay, there we go. And then the last thing is, you can kind of see it on my wall. It's kind of hard to see, but it's sitting right back there. My first attempt at making lights. I'm old school. I was doing lights with the CNC and the laser, and those were, I was using 12-volt LEDs. So in the back of my mind, that's what I used. They work great. But with new technology, Ryan turned me on to the 5-volt, and that's kind of awesome. So I'm going to give those a shot and see how it works. But yeah, that was my first lit sign. I'm
Sweet.
happy with that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a learning
that's great.
experience. And yeah, and then my first fail, which is I've never seen something add. Where is it? Right there. Yeah, that was
That's
a
a
trip. So that's I can guarantee you that's my error somewhere. But yeah, it's been a fun week and my life. Yeah,
There
it's
you
been a
go.
very interesting week.
There you go. Get on it. Have you now? Question about the. So, are you using bamboo slicer with the A1, or are you using the Creality one?
Actually, the bamboo.
Yeah.
For the
Have you
simple
tried the
reason-
bamboo with the K1 yet?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. How's that?
No, it's easy because you can do all your work on the bamboo slicer, then you just export it and then open up your Creality and then just send it to the printer itself. There's a couple of things that you can't do, and then you can't go from the Bamboo Lab straight to the Creality printer, which is kind of a bummer. But it has all the settings and everything you need. So to send a print from Bamboo to Creality Studio to the printer is not that bad. It's one extra little step.
Yeah.
But I love them both. I'm glad I have them both because now I can do my large prints, very quickly. And then when I do want to do my colors, I have the as you can see, she's going right now.
Nice.
But and if you do get one, I do recommend. Whoops! If I can get my finger straight, there it is. That thing, the spool cover. I actually have. What is it tonight? It's 44% in the room and it's 26% inside the case itself.
Not bad.
So
No, what is
no
there? Desiccant in there that keeps
Yeah.
the air dry?
But I notice it's slowly losing its oomph after a week. But hey, the cool thing though is you can dry them back. You can dry them out and throw them right back in.
That's my project tomorrow on mine.
Dry them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really that expensive, and for the money, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think I got 2 bags of reusable for like $20. And I used one bag for that, and then I have an extra bag.
Okay. Yeah, I just got a single bag. It was like $10, I think. But there's enough in that to do that. Plus, I'm thinking about for my heater to make a piece that sits in between the 2 spools. When you're not dry, well, I guess you could dry it in it too, but I'd have to use like a PET G. Wouldn't want to use a PLA; it might droop.
Good times.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Mr. Paul? What have you been working on? What do you got printing back there?
Well, today me and my daughter actually worked on a project together. I have the mini version. The funny thing is, that is for a school project.
Talking
So,
about the French Revolution.
yes. So we have a slightly bigger version going on in the background.
Nice.
Just a second. I need to take a sip of this.
Oh. Isn't that nice?
So,
That looks like a warp core.
yeah.
That is totally cool.
Yeah, that turned out really good.
Engaged drinking.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, I'm really happy how this came out. These bars right here, I need to reinforce them and set them a bit so they're part of the warp core. They're sticking out too much, and some of the other colors are getting stuck in there when it's changing. But have that. Also did a badgie.
That's
Tiny
awesome.
stands, so that's nice. Stands. I'm sorry if I'm getting feedback. I'm not sure if that's me or not. We got some Skyrim dragon skulls.
That's
Man,
cool. I like that color.
Awesome.
Oh, we got 2 of them.
Ooh.
I dig how when you turn it, it changes.
Man, those are good looking.
Yeah, I had a bunch of leftover, almost empty spools. So I was, oh my gosh, I cannot get my left and right straight today. But this was not colored. This was just me periodically changing out the filament.
I should do one of those for my one daughter. She loves Skyrim.
Yeah, and it was relatively quick, 7 hours. So,
Well, that's not bad.
and give me a second. This one's kind of heavy. Logical.
All right. So how does he do the? He can't do it.
He is. See.
Yeah, I was going to say more.
But yeah, Mega Lego Spock.
That's
And
awesome.
I printed 2. So Dennis, if you're watching, yes, you're getting one.
Very cool. Very cool.
Is it Trucker or Truckee?
It depends on, I guess, when you were born.
What are you?
I really don't care. Trekkie, Trekker doesn't bother me. Some people take it seriously, and to them, to me, I'll just watch Star Trek.
There you go.
And you're on the crew.
Trucker.
Jerry's telling me to show his multicolor stormtrooper helmet. I don't have a.
Here, let me see if I can pull it up on my.
Yeah, if you can pull it up, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome to see.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's a rainbow.
very cool. Well, good deal for you, Mr. Hammerquist. Busy as always, man. You're putting the hours on that machine. Yeah, look at that. Yeah,
Ooh.
that looks so neat.
Sorry, I can't pull it up on my screen, but I don't have TikTok on my computer. I've got it on my phone and haven't. But yeah, it is
That's cool.
insanely awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it turned out really cool.
So,
On the SVO8, the big girl. I'd like to play with one of those, but I'm going to get in enough trouble as it is.
Hey, you want to sell one of those?
we can talk about that. I do have the boxes still. Well, I've been working on something as a replacement project for what I originally got those for. And much like Sean, I was working on Lightbox. So I got people in Maryland are obsessed with the Maryland flag. It is what it is. So I just got some lights in right before the show started. And so I threw them in here as a test to see what it is, but it blows it out. You really can't see anything. But if I turn it off, you can see. So I made it so that you can either do just a state flag, actually backwards. It's supposed to be that way, or I can do it with the family name or Go Maryland or something like that inside there. So, but turned out pretty cool. A little bit different than like I'm thinking I'm doing them a little bit different than a standard box. But it should work out pretty cool. I was showing some people this one has some issues with it. With the colors, like if you look down here, you can see the black kind of got into the yellow and stuff like that. And then where'd the other one go? I don't know. Wherever the other one went, there was like a piece of black in one of the white areas. Where'd it go? I just had it. It was literally just sitting here, and I was holding on to it. Whatever. Anyway, wow, it's crazy.
Right at that age.
Yeah. I'm really wondering what the hell. Oh, it was. It was. It was upside down on my desk, and my desk is white. There it is. I was like, where the hell did it go? It blended in. But yeah, there's a little bit of black on there. So I'm under the impression that the black must be a little wet, and I need to dry it out and try it again. So I do have a new little dryer that I bought. That's right there, and so we'll give her a couple hours of drying tomorrow and print out another one and see if it works out. So pretty excited. I've already got some people that want them, so that's a good thing.
That's cool.
At least when you're using a state flag, you can't get nailed for copyright, or patents or any of that other dumb shit. So flag stuff it is. Well, let's sell it. But this strip of lights, I mean, these are 5-volt lights, and they're really bright. So it doesn't blow it out like that in real life. So it gives it a nice glow. But so we'll give those a try.
Real quick here, so you can see the color better.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive.
Yeah, it's really cool looking. Yeah.
You already put
It reminds
lenses in?
me. Yeah,
Was
it
that?
reminds me of color pencils.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the tree support. The tree support's pretty cool looking. Nice. Yeah, it turned out great, Jerry. I'd be really interested in reviewing a printer that had a larger helmet-based area. Not that anybody of ability to send one this way is out there listening to this shit show, but
I wore the wrong hat.
yeah, it would be fun to do one. I people do them on the P1s and all that, but I think it's kind of difficult. And with the size of my melon, yeah, Jerry says 110% to fit his big head. Yeah, I've got a melon on me. My beret when I was in the military, it was a size 8, and so I got a big melon on me. But anyway, cool. Well, let's.
Kenneth had a question.
Let's. Hold on a second. There we go. There you go. How often do you all see errors or fails with the multicolored prints? I haven't done a whole lot of multicolored prints, so I mean, I've had a little bit of a failure thing there, but I think once you get them going. Oh, that was the other thing with this. This is all PET G. I'm not doing this out of PLA.
Yeah, that's PLA.
So this is, I think with Pet G, you're going to have more of an possible failure rate because of stringing and stuff. But with PLA, I mean, your supports are going to be the thing that kill you. I think.
Well, I haven't had issues with supports. What I had issue with was the poop chute backing up.
Oh yeah.
And so it backs up, and then it's trying to inject in there, and then so it backs up, and then backs up into the nozzle and clogs the nozzle. So I had to do some cold pulls to unclog it. That's why this first one failed.
And so when you got a cold pull, you'll poop shoot. I mean,
second time that joke has been pulled on me.
Gotta love it.
Constipation sucks.
Yeah. You gotta.
You know what you do is, since it poops it out the back, rig you up a little conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Or when it senses a little poop hit the conveyor, it spits it over.
Well, normally, if you can see, I have that little, because, normally I'm not doing multi-color prints, and I just didn't even think about it. And I left it overnight.
I bet he did a couple of times.
Just waiting to no. Not going to go there.
Yeah. Well, that's why I call my P1S Amber Heard. And I can show you on Bamboo Studio that mine is I literally have mine named Amber Heard. I don't know if it'll show up here. Let me see. Devices. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. See, right there at the top. Amber Heard P1S. So, I'm not kidding. That's her name. No, pretty funny.
I'm curious.
And Jerry does he just goes his right to the floor. So maybe yours should be called Amber Heard too.
This is sweet and simple, but it fills up fast. I mean,
yeah, doing multicolor, it'll get you.
Oh yeah. I had to. And I had to dress it up. No, I'm not a Voltec fanboy. Yeah, right.
Well,
and I'm not a Star Trek fanboy.
No, not at all.
No. Wait. Don't look there. Or there.
Okay. I moved the camera. Right, I took it out of the deal, and I printed a nice little stand for it. It's all yellow, and then on the back it's blue with a little Voltec emblem on it.
Sweet, very cool. Well, let's get moving here, or else we'll be here for 17 hours, which will help our watch time. But it'll bore the shit out of everybody. So let's get moving here. We got Bam Bam Print. He put out 2 videos this week. I think it was. I thought I had the second one here too, but I guess not. But he does a good video showing how to go from AI to printing. And I thought that was pretty cool. Sean, what was he using? He was using
I didn't pay attention to what AI it was.
DaVinci?
Dally. Dolly, not Dally.
Dally. I haven't used that one before. I usually use Microsoft Copilot, but I really like the ability that he could just like highlight one little section and go, okay, change this.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, I also like he, instead of just, hey, type in what you want, he gave you that prompt,
Yeah.
That was really nice of him to do that.
Yeah, that's a really nice prompt to put in. So, before we continue, everybody, just if you want to watch any of these videos, they're all listed down in the description. So we put links down there for all these videos that we're yammering on about, and make it easy on you. And if you go over there and watch them, put a comment in there, tell them that you saw it from here. We'd appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, it turned out pretty cool. It was a nice way to do it. I like how his kid saw it at the end, the end result, and then was like, "I want a pony." So we made a unicorn keychain for her. Thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, there it is. Unicorn keychain. Right.
No, what that AI reminded me of, because it was flat. I mean, it wasn't like true 3D.
Right.
It's more of a drawing that he brought out, which is still cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought they turned out pretty neat. It was a neat way to do it. It was a good video for showing you some of the possibilities of what you can do with it.
Oh yeah,
without getting too overly complicated and in the weeds on it. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it did pretty good. So he also did one. He did the one on the Luban, I think. Also, yeah. For some reason, that one didn't show up here. But Luban is a program that you can use there for doing, splitting up a print, a large print, into smaller chunks so that they fit on your bed plate. So in that video, he's doing a Triceratops skull. And what did he say? It's going to be like 4 feet wide or something like that. Crazy huge piece. It's like 100 and something pieces that he's going to be printing out for that project. But pretty sweet. I dug it. I've seen other people use the Luban stuff before. Yeah, I mean, you could make a really big giant Spock, man. That'd be pretty awesome.
I predict that Mr. Hammerquest is going to have one going pretty soon that where he can get a Spock or somebody to stand in his front yard.
That'd be awesome.
I need to get a couple more printers before that. Well, that's what I look at, especially on this 3 days.
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there going, I need to print something else.
I need more printers. I need to make bad decisions like Ryan.
My problem, I'm holding out. If Bamboo had not announced they were doing a larger printer, or a newer printer, we don't know if it's larger, I would have already pulled the trigger on another one. But I'm just like, no, wait, be patient. So
yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, I think they're gonna probably. My guess is that they'll do one that's like, I think bigger than 300. I think they'll do like 320 or something like that. Something that's bigger than, because they got the Creality K1 Max is at 300. So I think they're gonna want to do that and go just a little bit bigger.
I think the K2 is going to be 350.
Yeah,
that's a nice size.
Come on, 400.
Here we go.
Do I have 450? 450.
Elegoo.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Luban, I think you get there's a free trial for it if you want to try it out. But it's pretty neat the way that the process works for splitting it up, and you can.
I like how it explodes.
Yeah. It looks really neat. All the little pieces. I saw a guy. We talked about a guy last December time. He was doing like a life-size Grinch, and that's what he was. He used the Luban to do that, and it'd be fun to do. I want to do a big print like that, but I don't know what I would want to do. So.
Well, my thing is, when I see this and he explodes it, it's like, why wouldn't you hollow out the center? Just hollow it out.
Yeah,
it's going to be thick enough.
Yeah. Well, I actually was thinking about that too. Like, I was thinking that, well, maybe there's a setting in Luban or whatever that, because of how narrow all that stuff is, like there's not really very many blocks of just stuff in the middle. Maybe that's part of it, is that it's pretty thick, like a skull.
Yeah,
I think it'd be fun to do a T-Rex skull. That'd be pretty awesome. But it wouldn't go along with my room. I might have to do like a Rancor skull or something. That'd be kind of awesome.
Done one. They are awesome. I'll have to look that file up.
There you go. All right. Well, moving on here. We got Benjamin Nelson. So we haven't shown Benjamin on here before, but I've been watching his stuff for a long, long time because he also does a lot of off-grid stuff and also electric car stuff and, building stuff like that. So that when this video showed up the other day, I was like, "Ooh, cool! That's a good project to have because I also have Ryobi." So, in his description, he does have the STLs and all that in there for this little project, and
you know what's bad is I ordered those clips. That's the package I'm waiting for today. The clips.
Oh yeah,
oh yeah, oh yeah. My son has a little go-kart, electric go-kart, but it uses a 12-volt battery, and it's toast. Why not throw a couple of these 18 volts in there and see if it screams?
Yep.
So I already printed the box, and now just waiting to put the clips in and wire it up.
Nice. Very nice.
Video.
Yeah, well, I have the light switch right here, so so we can do those. I actually had a project that I needed that I'm going to print this out for, like the little connector thing, because I have some lights that go on the bar, the ladder rack of my truck, so you can see in the bed at night, but you're supposed to like wire them up to your truck or whatever, and I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I just want to wire them up to a switch, and I'll throw the battery in the back there and be able to use them that way. So this is perfect for that. So I'm going to be printing that out this week. We'll get that done. We will get that done.
Do y'all remember how long he said it would last? I know he said it would last a while because the light bulbs he was using would just sip power, but Kilroy was asking. I don't remember how long he said it would last.
It was a long time.
Long time.
Yeah,
because he was talking that it only uses milliamps.
Yeah. So the light bulbs that he was using were not very power hungry at all. So, yeah, fun stuff. Get on it. Mr. Gatton, our buddy Dave Gatton, has another video out on his Nemo Labs. So 3 things you can do to get more out of them, and quick video on them. Man, Dave's loving these Nemo Labs. I'm telling you what, they're going to replace a $10,000 assembly table pretty soon if he's not careful.
Well, the one thing I noticed about these machines, you look at the spindle that it comes with. I mean, it's an actual nice spindle.
Yeah,
it is.
It's solid.
Yeah. It's a stout machine. It's a very. I mean, looking at all the other entry level machines that are out there, that thing looks insanely stout, and I think we're getting a view of something that Mr. Gatton has added to his garage.
Yeah,
and looks pretty nice in there. So very cool. But
and it's not just for the Nemo Labs.
Yeah,
it's a good video because I really appreciate the going in and changing your Goebbels settings, fine tuning your CNC machine. Because I know that going in and start changing those settings was kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
When you're first getting into it. Because it's like, I'm going to break something.
Here we go.
Wait, what setting did I just change? So.
Yeah. Well,
on these, if you make a mistake, you can go back and just hit reset.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, I didn't know that when I was first starting. It's one of those, I didn't want to change anything. I didn't want to mess anything up. And hey,
Yep. Yeah, I always tell everybody that if they're going to change stuff to take a screenshot of what their existing ones are. So if you really get in there and garble some stuff up, that you can at least go back to what you had that way too. So, but good job, Mr. Dave. Keep on at it, sir. I like seeing it. Look at all the man, we're getting some views of some stuff going on in his garage. I don't think he's talked about yet.
Really cool.
Yeah, looking good. So, all right. Well, moving on then. We got Harrison Lowe. So, all right. So, this is a cool video, but not even talking about the video part. He goes into saying that this is the first video he's put out in a year. And the damn thing was sponsored by somebody. If you're not putting out a video for a year, how are you getting sponsorship? I mean, just side thought process on whole YouTube thing.
15,000 subscribers, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't know, whatever. But anyway, yeah. So he's making a juggle bot, which I thought was pretty neat. And it kind of works. The robotics and design stuff that he did to put this thing together is pretty cool. And
this project was insane.
yeah, very, very different, very fun. It's just neat what 3D printing and CNC stuff can do for you these days. It can take you into a whole different world of craziness. Yeah, there he goes. You can't miss the basketball. He just throws it. So look at that. Look at it. He throws it and it.
I need that hoop.
Yeah, right. There you go. So, but pretty cool stuff in there. Good on him. It's pretty interesting to watch him talk about it, the iterations that he went through and problem solving of getting this thing to operate and all that. So
I wonder how do you know even where to start?
Yeah, right. I have no idea.
The ball.
Yeah, the ball.
These people are way smarter than me. So.
Good inspiration.
Yeah. So, good stuff. Speaking of somebody like this, we also have James Burton. So we've talked about him several times. Making omnidirectional motorcycles and stuff like that for with 3D printing and CNC stuff. And now he's building this animatronic creature for some video game for World of Warcraft. So this is pretty neat. I like the way that he went about creating it and making it work. I don't think it's near where he wants it to be because he can't drive it around yet, but it'll stand there and balance itself and move. So I think that's pretty sweet. Yeah.
All that weight, everything on top is balancing on that one little ball. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, with it moving around and doing all that stuff and just being able to, you could poke it or whatever and it would just right itself back up, and pretty sweet. Like just the amount of different balls that he had to go through to, find one that worked properly was pretty interesting.
Even I like how he shredded a basketball, cut the basketball in half, pull it apart, printed another ball, and put that together to try it
with a 3D printed ball inside of it. Yeah. And then it turned out that the spherical, stainless steel one was the best one to use. So pretty sweet. Got his wife involved. She made the costume for him and all that good stuff. And just being able to do that with all that weight and stuff is pretty impressive.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go play a video game real quick. when I watched it, I was like, "Ooh, you know what? Maybe I should play World of Warcraft again."
Yeah, there you go.
Then I remembered what time.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turned out really neat. I mean, that thing's huge too. Look at the size of it compared to that lady. I mean, that thing's a monster, literally. But it's pretty cool and impressive how it was made. Very cool. Go watch it. All right, moving on. Then we got. Oh, look at this! We got Mr. Sean Klondike doing his unboxing video.
I have nothing to show.
I watched all hour and 46 minutes and 37 seconds of it.
No.
And you did a very good job. I wasn't able to watch it live, but it was really good. I was glad for you. Appreciated the shout outs that you were doing during it. I like the differences of seeing the AMS stuff that I don't have on mine. So it was pretty cool. But
that's one thing. You know what? After printing all that, I if you get this machine, I recommend it.
Yeah,
it's not that hard to print out.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Putting it on now is questionable, but it's working.
Get after it. So good deal. Go check out Sean's unboxing if you haven't watched it yet. So good
Paul's
stuff.
Still there.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
Paul's there.
I was making sure it because I was on my phone. My wife was out, so I had the kids. So I was watching and trying to get the kids to go to bed, and then my daughter's like, "I want to watch." So then I was trying to get YouTube on their TVs working. So, but my daughter really enjoyed it too.
Oh,
so.
Man. Well, the next one was supposed to be your short that you did on your Spock, Paul, but it didn't load in here for some reason. So, but yeah, so Paul did a short of his Spock Lego guy, and it was pretty cool. And so who was talking there?
That's Leonard Nimoy.
Was that Leonard? That's what I was thinking it was. But I was like, man, I was blanking on it when he was going.
I'm sorry, it was Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock.
Leonard Nimoy's good because he was talking about his character. So yeah. I did find that clip interesting, just hearing how he came up with Spock and kind of changing the direction because in that time you got Kirk who's so overacting.
Yeah.
And Spock, who's not acting, and then you got Bones, who's just the everyman, going like, "Get me a beer," So, or as he puts it, the anti-human and human.
Yeah, well, it was pretty cool. Good short. I think you could have done a full-length video on that thing. So,
did you make that bigger, or was that the size it was intended to be?
That was I made it bigger. This is the intended size.
Oh, okay. So you made it quite a bit bigger.
Yeah, this was 5 build plates, I think. I had to do both of the black on 2 different build plates. Blue was on one, and the yellow was on another, and then I did the multicolor on its own with Badgie.
Now, how much filament did you use?
I don't pay attention.
Like
he doesn't want to cry.
Yeah, if I knew that, I'd print less. So right now I'm in the honeymoon phase with my printer.
Just order it and figure it out later.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I've noticed I've been ordering a lot more filament recently. And my wife's like, "What's that?" I was like, "Oh, it's more filament." And she goes, More filament. Yeah, like you just got some the other day. It's like,
How much
yeah, different
filament
colors.
how much filament does that one printer you have use?
Well, there's 4 rolls for sure.
No, in his one printer.
I don't know how many. Well,
Because
Paul's
the
Paul's
others
been using a bunch.
don't exist, do they?
Yeah.
I have 6 empty spools here. I know I just went and threw 10 out. And then I have 7 spools that are not in the AMS. And the AMS is loaded. And let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the other side, but my deal's hiding here.
Awesome. There you go.
And then they're behind there too.
Sweet.
And I still want to order more.
Yep.
Yeah, look
There
over
you go.
Sean's head.
I've never done anything with the dual filament, the dual color or tricolor ones, but it looks fun to play with.
They're
like
just
that.
so
That
cool.
looks awesome. The
This
one
is
guy that I
rose
watched
gold.
his videos of his print farm, he uses dual color and tricolor stuff all the time. Like it's most of what he does, and it's pretty cool looking to watch. So good stuff.
Pulled that one off. A lot better. No, well, there's.
there you go.
You know how you're talking about you get your black? I got that little blue mark.
Yeah.
Interesting. But it doesn't really show too bad.
Yeah, it looks good. That turned out real good.
Can't wait to light that one up.
All right. Well, moving on, we got M&S Woodworks. He did a good charcuterie board. The story of behind the board and everything of why he's making it and for his friends and why and how he's doing it is pretty entertaining. It's a good story, but the project itself turned out just beautiful. I mean, the inlay work was fantastic.
Dude, I love that he has a dedicated press just for doing inlays.
Yeah.
That was impressive and simple. Actually, when you look at it, how he does it. See if I can find it.
I like how it's the charcuterie board.
Yeah.
And in the text on that is just
Oh, crisp.
Oh yeah. He's another one that does the. I noticed with his inlays, he's another ball nose inlay person, and that it turns out great. So it's pretty impressive. I dig it. Definitely dig it. So
Now, is that one of Cody's bits?
I don't. They don't. He doesn't say. So
It is so cool though.
it would be better if it was one of Cody's. I mean, obviously.
go visit cadencemanufacturing.com.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get your Jenny bits.
Yep.
Jenny bits.
And then, the other thing is he just uses straight up mineral oil.
Yeah.
And then beeswax after.
Yeah, I kind of like the colors of it before it had the finish on it better. Like I think they stood out a little bit more, but I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You're making a cutting board. It's going to get used. You got to protect it. But the colors I thought stood out a little bit more before he put the finish on there.
I wonder if he could just beeswax one.
Oh, I'm sure he could. Look at that. He's got a Montport laser.
Some of the inlay that he did is really fine inlay, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turned out great.
This is a slick idea.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty neat. Like he just did that like as a protective cover for it or something, right? Is that what he? I didn't really understand why he was putting that on there, but that was my assumption, was that it was just as a protective thing for it. But looks awesome. It was a great job. All right, well, we'll keep on rolling here because we're 55 minutes in here already. CNC Labs is doing some fun stuff this week. The first one that they put out was on their using their laser on their CNC for doing mugs. So turned out pretty cool. It was a good looking project. I like the Kraken idea that he used, and it looks like he had a 3D printed adapter for the cup itself for the chuck and stuff. And the thing I thought was really interesting was that he kind of burned the image into the tape and then was like, okay, it's good. Now we're going to actually do it into the cup itself, and took the tape off. So he didn't have the power up high enough to go through the tape. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. I've never tried any tumblers or anything like that before, so it was fun to watch.
No, I've done a lot of buttstocks, and most of the time I take blue tape, put a couple layers on it, run it at like a 7% power, just so it just mark the tape.
Yeah.
And the hardest part for me was I was always afraid of blowing somebody else's. No, that sounds wrong. Ruining somebody else's buttstock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I always. Thanks,
it's a good way to do it. Is I didn't even think about that, because that's one thing I've always been afraid of. Like to do something like that was. Oh shit! What you're gonna. These cups and stuff are $50-$60, some of them, and you're going to ruin it by screwing up the design placement or something like that.
And then think of that on a $200 beautiful walnut.
Cool.
It's cool being able to do it, and once it's all done, then I really enjoyed admiring the outcome of it. But it's during the cutting part. Is always
the pucker factor's high. Yeah.
Extremely high. Extremely high. It's a lot easier to replace the cup versus a buttstock.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, but it turned out really cool.
Good idea.
Yeah. They also put out a video on this one on testing the spindle on the alt mill because a normal 1.5 kW or 2.2 kW isn't even coming close to the capabilities of this of that alt mill. Look at that thing go! It's ridiculous.
Look at the step over.
Yeah, I mean, it is massive. That thing is just going hog wild. It's wild. Oh man, but yeah. So they end up putting a 4.5 kW on there, and it was getting to where the limits are, I think is what he was saying. But look at that. I mean, it was cutting beautifully. But look at that. Look at the chips coming out of that is just insane. But but I think so if I remember right, they're going to be suggesting like a 3 kilowatt spindle to use on it. And maybe not push it so hard that it's to the 4.5, but it did a good job. Yeah, it was pretty cool though to watch. Just the chip load, it's going down. Look how deep that thing's just. It's not even flinching. Oh,
insane!
If I was in the market for a new CNC, that's where I would be, right there. But I don't use mine enough as it is. My wife would punch me in the face if I bought another one. So
I need to part ways with my Laguna and get that one.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on. Then we got Taser. This guy, I enjoyed this guy. So he sounds like he's of Russian descent or somewhere in that neighborhood of the world originally. But I like how he's cussing throughout the whole thing. It made me laugh every time. He's dropping F bombs and stuff, and I'm just like, that's
and he leaves you effing hanging.
oh yeah, completely. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have no idea what this machine is going to do, what he's figuring out for. Yeah, from the way it can't be anything big. Because the sled that but it's like, it's basically it's a 3D printed CNC on a couple pieces of aluminum extrusion to be his rails, but that's it. So it's a real tiny machine.
Yeah, because the Z is right up against, there's that that compartment right behind the Z, so it's not like the piece can go under.
Yeah, there's no X.
Yeah,
there's only Y.
So. Very like, well, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah.
Why?
Yes. So
I like how he actually incorporates the pocket, so he gets the most height out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does leave you hanging.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he's using this for. So it'll be pretty interesting. But yeah, I mean, great little compact design. But so it's only a 2-axis CNC. So, but I like his control box and all that, and I like how he talks about how the wiring looks like garbage and stuff.
His wire management.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, but it's done well.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So moving on, then we got the next layer. I didn't get to watch this whole thing yet, but Paul, you did, right? I think you got to see this one, but he's doing his update on his on the enraged rabbit carrot feeder.
2 weeks ago, yeah. I did. Oh man, it's been a while since I watched that one.
Oh,
my mind just went blank.
Maybe I meant to put this one in last week. I was pulling it up and I was like, man, I remember starting to watch this one, but I didn't watch the whole thing. But I know he was pulling his hair out trying to get it to function in his last update with it. But all right, well,
yeah, I think he was just more so. Okay, I'm watching the video here now for a little bit, and yeah, just going over the different issues he's had with it and trying to get it working. I don't think I got to the very end though.
Gotcha. All right, well, we can't really talk about this one.
Well, I think because we talked about the other one, the other gentleman who did one.
Yeah,
and it was that ERCF.
That's right.
And building them. So we talked about it last week, just not that video.
Yeah, he doesn't need our views anyway. All right. But I do know a video that was really cool and that I did watch, and that's from Uncle Jesse.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, this was what a use for QForge and the Orange Storm Giga. So he used QForge to copy a comic book cover and make it really big. So I mean, he ended up making it like, pretty poster size, really, and turned out pretty awesome. I meant to go back, and I didn't have time when I was when I was watching this one, but I meant to go back and tell him that when I see him at Printopia this year, I need to tell him a story about Todd McFarlane, and because I met him back in the day when he was doing Spawn. Todd McFarlane's the artist that created Spawn.
Oh, cool.
So I was all in the comic book culture back in the day. Worked for a shop and stuff, and met him at a convention back then, but before it was the comic book cons that they are now, when it was actually about comic books. But yeah, this turned out pretty good. Hugh Forge, speaking of Hugh Forge, they just released a new update to their program like a week or two ago too. So it's just getting better and better and better for being able to print, and the color selection is getting a lot easier to deal with. So pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to playing some more with it. I haven't been able to do any prints of it recently, but I do keep an eye on it. And but this is a great use for it.
Yeah,
and a great use for that Orange Storm Giga. I mean, all you got to do. So they need to redo the Orange Storm Giga. In my opinion, they need to redo it. Keep the same bed size, but just drop it down so it's like a 300 millimeter height. It doesn't need to be 4 feet high. Like,
maybe in your book,
just drop it down, because like stuff like that, like what he used it for on this one, or for the Jeep thing that you printed out, Sean, the card of the models and all that, like that's a great use case for such a huge bed. But I'm like, after really thinking about it, I mean, I would love to have one of those big ones to make a really big, cool project, but the height that you would do to maximize the space is just not like.
Well, your footprint's not going to change.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just talking about like having it, the height that it takes up too is the overall space that it's doing that way is pretty crazy. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like when we talk about CNCs, and Dave was always a big proponent of this, is that, you probably are getting a bigger CNC than what you need, because you're gonna, you might want a 4x8 foot CNC, but you're only going to really use like the first 2 feet of that thing, and that's about it. And it's kind of the same thing with, I would think, with a lot of printers, especially something like that size. To do anything high with that type of a footprint, it's going to take weeks to print. And at that point, there's a lot more efficient ways to have printed it out, like with Lubon and using smaller printers. You'd be able to do it a whole lot faster. But
something more like 400 millimeter height.
Yeah.
Stuff, but yeah.
So I think if they were to redo it and make it just shorter, I think it would be really beneficial. I think they'd sell a lot more of them. I mean, I don't know how many they're trying to sell now, but I don't know. I think it'd
turn one down.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be. I just think it'd be more reasonable to have in a shop, because everybody that you see with them, they're all on the floor, and they're they're way away. Like, I personally, I had my CNC on the floor for a couple of years. It was a pain in the ass to deal with on the floor until I went ahead and built a table for it. And I'm like, why didn't I have this thing on a table, years ago? But, dealing with a 3D printer that you have to get on the floor to take a print off of, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, if I had one of those, I would put it on a table. I mean, I would have the top almost to the ceiling of the room, just because I'm going to do low stuff on it. I'm not going to do really tall prints on it, I wouldn't think, 99% of the time. But,
real quick, the way he cut that in half, he didn't just go straight across and to mesh that together. That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah,
a great way to hide the seam. So
that. And then, sorry,
I was going to say, Harry, is it Ragland? He's got a good idea for the heads of the pinball.
Oh, let me get over there.
So like the back, I think he's talking about the backlash. Yeah.
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 Good for a pinball glass. Oh yeah,
Still light it up.
yeah, because you could do, a light box
Yeah,
piece that
exactly.
is literally 2 millimeters thick. But you'd be able to do it huge. That would be, dude. That's a great idea, Harry. Like that's a wonderful use case for that thing, because you could do that. And well, actually, if from what I've seen of the Orange Storm Gigas, I would actually I would get a custom PEI bed made for that thing then, because the way that it's made now, it has 400 by 400 sheets coming in. So, and if you were to do something like this, the way you print it's up face down, so that you get the texture of the bed plate on there. So if you did that, then you would end up having the seams coming across of the joints of those bed plates. So, but if you were able to get a custom made one that's a monster, doing that would be really great. Man, all the crazy light boxes that you could do with that thing would be pretty awesome too.
Could you imagine if you put ironing on?
Oh, jeez.
Well, that would only add about a day or two.
Yeah, right. That'd be nuts.
And the other, did you that machine he had to read the colors?
Oh yeah,
Color
that thing,
reader.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's like so if anybody doesn't know about HueForge, what it does is it layers. You load a picture into it, and you assign colors to stack on top of each other, and they're printing them out at like 0.06 layer height, so it's really, really super thin. So like, as you can see, like on the cross and stuff like that behind Spawn there's like yellows and oranges and more colors than what he used on that thing, and that's because you're getting the color transmittance from the color below, and so they call it TD. And so what Paul's talking about is this little box that you can put the filament in there, and it'll measure the transmission distance of light through that filament. And based on that, we'll tell you how fast the opacity, how many layers of that 0.06 that you need to do before it becomes completely opaque, and to the color below it. So
now, did you catch what he's doing to smooth out the surface?
What's that?
I'm covering. He's using a little blowtorch on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he had some little wispies and stuff like that. Yeah,
and it smooth it out too in the process.
Yeah, that's a really cool thing. Cool project, very cool. But yeah, I have a funny story. Maybe I'll tell one day. I mean, nobody will find it entertaining but me. But I enjoyed it when it happened. So, but anyway, all right. Well, moving here. Let me. Where'd I go? Here, let me get rid of Harry's comment there. There we go. All right, moving on to the last one I have on here for this week is our Wild Willow. I think her name's Emily, or Emily, maybe. But anyway, she's continuing her sign making videos, and this week she did one for the Crooked Spur Saloon or something like that. But using the plastic
the risers.
Yeah, the plastic risers for the clear piece, and then the wood grained plastic underneath there, and all that good stuff. Acrylic, that's the word I was looking for.
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it all the way through. They make risers like that where you can put it through the acrylic, and then there's a light on the inside. So
yeah,
any engraving that she did would light up to whatever color she would pass through it.
Yeah, I thought that would. I thought that's what she was going to do originally, was that she was going to use that to light it up. but there wasn't. But that was all right. It turned out a good project anyway.
Yeah,
I made
that's what I use for those those 3 signs right there. Those standoffs with the LEDs in them.
Okay, yeah, those are good.
Yeah, I made a comment on her video that that it reminded her video was reminding me of Baywatch with Pamela Anderson because her hair's blowing like crazy. It's, hi, I'm inside, but my hair's blowing. And I guess she returned a comment saying it was like 110 degrees in the garage, so she had the fan blowing. But, yeah, good. She does a good job walking you through how she's creating and all that good stuff. So her channel's growing. She's doing a good job.
She does some cool stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like how it's not all just like the cookie cutter, stuff. It's she's doing new and different things every time. So different styles of signs and stuff. So pretty sweet. So all right. So now now for something different videos this week. This thing didn't show up for it, but the videos for this week, I've been seeing AI is stupid, crazy, awesome sometimes, and the things that people can get it to do are hilarious. So I've been watching some of these videos this week where these people are taking movie scripts or whatever it is, or and they're putting them in there to make them like 50s sci-fi movies. So this one is Batman, and it's like the stuff that it comes up with for the costuming and stuff like that is so awesome. I love it. I love the cars and stuff. There's this one, and then they've done them for a bunch of. There's a couple of different people doing them, and they're doing them for different movies, but they all have the same aesthetic to them, which I think is pretty awesome. There's Batgirl,
Catwoman.
Yeah, Catwoman.
Batgirl.
And then there's then they also did one for the other one that I put down there is for the Fifth Element. And I thought that the characters that were showing up in the Fifth Element one were pretty awesome. I was enjoying them from seeing the movie 10,000 times. Like, that's supposed to be Bruce Willis. I was like, yeah, that's awesome. And the different cars, like this car, the spaceship car thing that he's sitting in is really funny because you can kind of tell it was AI because the ship is only like that tall and you got the guy sitting in it. It's pretty funny. Like,
how does she fall into his car?
I know, right?
There's no room for her.
It's zero. But it's but like the aesthetic of like the spaceship cars and stuff like that, it's just so awesome. Very, very fun. And I want movie makers to make movies like this. Like a modern movie maker doing this style of a movie would be absolutely incredible. I think it would be great.
I'd watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, like not all the CG crap that we have now. It's all, but like ooh, Lilu Dallas. What's his name? Chris, is it Chris
Tucker? No.
Yeah, Chris Tucker, yep.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I got it right.
Yep. So it's very fun. But these videos are really cool to watch. There's some really fun ones out there that they've done. They show Crispin Glover here in a second, and it looks just like Crispin Glover. It's like, oh wow, they absolutely nailed that one.
All right, see, you can totally tell that's AI. Did you see the lady who's singing her lips? Look at her lips.
Yeah. Yeah, they go all wonky. Yeah.
But that's scary, though.
That's why that expression's from. Did you see that chick's lips go roll, roll? No. But yeah, there's some fun ones. There's one out there on RoboCop. The RoboCop one's pretty cool. Oh man, they do one on like the Jetsons. There's there's a whole bunch of them that they've put out there, and
they even have a Star Wars.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars one. Yep, there it is. And but like the whole aesthetic of it and stuff, it would be so awesome to see somebody do a movie like this. Yeah, look at the Ewoks. Ewoks were great. No, they're Jabba the Hutt. Yeah, there's some fun ones in there, but the absolute, it's just really cool. I think people should go check some of them out just because it's pretty fun and entertaining. The costuming and stuff that AI puts on them. So here's
I want to see them do Starship Troopers.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Look, C-3PO looks like C-3PO. Yeah, it was in R2. Yeah, R2's pretty close too. But,
I noticed Darth and the Stormtroopers. Oh wait,
yeah, and Billy D. Williams. That looks like Billy D. Williams. And Boba.
Yeah. Oh my God, they have Ace Ventura.
Right. Oh, do they have an Ace Ventura one?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh,
let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep seeing out of the corner of my eye. I'm like,
oh yeah. There's some really fantastic fun ones out there. So people should really give some of those a watch because they're definitely entertaining. Is this the Ace Ventura one?
Yes.
No. Oh, the
when
bat.
nature calls.
Looks like dazed and confused.
Yeah. What the hell is well, that's when he was yelling about the guano. No. Too funny. So look at the hair. It's awesome. It's fantastic. So good. So yeah, very, very funny stuff to watch. So yeah, give some of those a check out. Check them out and see what they're doing out there. So they're fun. Definitely fun.
It's coming a long ways.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, we've been at it for almost an hour and a half. Oh my God, we've been doing some long shows recently. So Mr. Corliss needs to get his shut eye. So you got anything else for us this evening, Paul?
I got nothing. My mind is shut down.
Yeah, the giraffe has won.
Yeah.
Good stuff. What about you, Mr. Hammerquist? Anything from you, sir?
Oh, I should have a video out this week with my daughter, getting her first prints going on the bamboo and teaching her how to use that. So
Nice.
it's going to be a fun video. I'm not going to say it's very technical, more just kind of
Fun.
getting her going and having fun. We're cracking up and ripping on each other a little bit. So
Awesome.
blame her for my gray hairs.
As long as they stay up there, that's all that matters. No, good stuff.
They'll be coming out of your ears soon, Paul.
Yeah. Mr. Sean, you got anything else for us?
Everyone have a good week. Selfless plug, www.klondike.com. Check out the bridges. They're kind of cool.
There you go. Get on them. Well, for me, thanks everybody. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Eat some, well, not everybody else eats crabs around here. But you should eat crab, blue crab, Maryland blue crab. It's awesome. But if not, throw something on the grill and enjoy that this weekend. And then, we'll see you next week and hopefully we'll have some more fun stuff to do. So, until then, peace out, sauerkraut. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Now, see, you guys said that. Now this thing isn't working right again. There we go. All right. Okay. We'll see everybody later.
Right.